What's up everyone, and welcome back to another What If video. Okay, so we're back on this one. I'm going to be completely 100% honest. Looking back on this What If, I made some really questionable choices with writing, plot points, etc. in retrospect. And there were a lot of things in this What If that I don't really enjoy too much anymore. However, you guys did seem to like it. And even though I can't go back and change this stuff, I can keep them in place and have better writing, editing, voicing, and basically try to improve everything all around this time. So let's start with a quick refresher because it's been a while since we covered this one. In the last part, we ended off with a tournament of power taking place. With Universe 7 taking the win, Broly was able to access Super Saiyan Blue after all the training he's done, joining Goku, Vegeta, and Gohan in accessing this form. Now with their victory in the tournament, Trunks and Broly return back to their timeline, and Gohan goes back to working, while everyone else lives a pretty much normal life. Let's start from here. Okay, so obviously, there's no Broly movie that's gonna happen. Frieza's gone still, and, well, Broly's already here. It goes without saying that there's gonna be no Broly movie, so that means we can continue right into the Moro arc. Following the tournament, after some time passes, life is returning to normal once more, and it seems like things are peaceful once again. But it's Dragon Ball, so peace isn't gonna last. One day on Earth, a ship from the Galactic Patrol arrives, and a man named Miras steps off the ship to meet Goku, Vegeta, and Broly. Right off the bat we're seeing changes, because originally, the Galactic Patrol came to Mr. Satan's house and tried to take Buu from him, because they had the goal of reviving the Grand Supreme Kai. But with no one knowing of Buu's whereabouts, Jaco directs the Galactic Patrol towards Goku and Vegeta because they may be knowledgeable on the subject and could point them in the right direction. So instead of a hostile meeting between Miras and everyone, it goes pretty smooth at first. The Galactic Patrol explains that they're looking for Buu, because they want to extract the Grand Supreme Kai from him in order to try and defeat a new threat that's appeared in the universe. Well, they kind of received some bad news, because if you remember back a few parts ago, the Buu saga didn't even really happen. Babidi was stopped before he could even revive Buu, so Buu basically remained in his egg, and that would be good for them, but Buu's egg got destroyed by Beerus because Shin wanted to dispose of it. So maybe now you're thinking, why don't they just revive Buu? Well, here's the thing. Hakai erases someone permanently, but the fact that it's stated that they're erased permanently, it's safe to assume that someone who is Hakai'd won't be able to come back at all. Well, at least for the normal Dragon Balls. For the Super Dragon Balls, I would say this would definitely be possible because it brought back people from being erased by Zeno. However, it would be a much more daunting task to collect those Dragon Balls. Plus, it hasn't been a year yet since the tournament ended, so the Super Dragon Balls are still dormant. Alright, so this is kind of a big issue. Miras and the rest of the patrol aren't really sure what to do now, because this seemed like their only shot at defeating Moro. Not really sure what to do now, they decide to ask Goku and Vegeta if they could help, as well as some of their friends. They fill in Goku and Vegeta about who this Moro guy is, and how they might be able to help if they can defeat him somehow. They explain why they were here and why they needed the Grand Supreme Kai, but it looks like that's not going to happen. Goku and Vegeta are up to the task and accept, and they ask Broly to join as well, and he does because he's not really up to anything. They ask Gohan to join too, but he's already taken enough time out of work to join their fights, so he's going to stay here for now. Plus, if something happens on Earth, it's better that they have him here. And on top of that, the three of them seem like more than enough to defeat Moro, at least at the moment. You gotta consider how strong Goku, Vegeta, and Broly are at this point, especially once they go Super Saiyan Blue. If it's necessary that he needs to join, Gohan will, but for now he's going to stick on Earth. It's fine for him to bail for a day in order to fight, but going on a whole trip to another planet and trying to track down some prisoner, he can't really take the time out for that. With this new group of fighters in tow, the Galactic Patrol heads out and tries to track Moro's signal. While on the ship, Goku gets a little bit curious and decides to track down Moro's key. He's able to track it down, and he's terrified when he feels what it's like. This key doesn't feel like normal key. It feels evil, almost as if there's a bunch of people screaming out in pain. And on top of that, Goku could feel that Moro sensed him as well. This guy is no normal enemy. While tracking down Moro, they don't realize that they're heading to New Namek. At least not until they're close and Goku can sense the energy of the Namekians. Goku's never been to New Namek in this scenario because he never got instant transmission, and Dende traveled to Earth under different circumstances. And on top of that, Goku, Vegeta, and Broly can't just teleport onto the planet right now. They have to wait until the ship lands because they don't have instant transmission to get on there that quick. The ship lands on Namek, and they see all the destruction going on. Quickly, they head to a village that's still safe, and they help the Namekians evacuate and try to protect them while Moro arrives. And then, the villain himself appears. His appearance seems kinda unlike what they expected. Moro looks very old and frail, and he doesn't actually seem that strong. Sure, his ki did seem pretty terrifying, but in person and in terms of his power, he doesn't seem like too much of a threat to them right now. No matter though, with all three of them there, they kill Moro right away, and that's the end of this part. So what did you guys think of this video? What do you guys think will happen on the next part? Leave your thoughts. Nah, I'm kidding. Moro's not gonna die that easy. First up, Vegeta goes against Moro, and this fight goes pretty much the same way that it did originally. Vegeta himself is more than enough to face him, but then he has to power up once Moro starts getting more serious, and then out of nowhere, he reveals his ace in the hole. Moro actually isn't a normal fighter like them. He's a magician, and he can use a variety of weird and powerful techniques that they don't even know how to counter. He attacks them using the energy of Namek, throwing around trees and other objects. Goku and Broly have joined the fight now, and they're able to actually hold off Moro pretty well, but the three of them are a little bit concerned. Vegeta himself was able to hold off Moro before, so why are the three of them now only able to do the same thing, especially when they're all in Super Saiyan Blue? Has Moro gotten stronger? Have they gotten weaker? Well, it's a mix of both actually. From what they know about Moro, part of his abilities involve being able to take the energy from planets and other life sources, and that includes people. And do you know who counts as people? Goku, Vegeta, and Broly. During this fight, the three of them get their energy absorbed by Moro very slowly and they don't even really notice it at first, until he begins to point it out that he's been doing it this whole time. Suddenly, the three of them all drop into Super Saiyan God, then back down to Super Saiyan 2, then Super Saiyan, and then into base, all within a couple of seconds. And they didn't do this at will, it just happened. And at the same time, they begin to see something that looks kinda like what you'd see out of a spirit bomb. Energy from all places going towards one source above Moro, as they hear a bunch of Namekians screaming out in pain. Up in the sky above Moro, a massive sphere of energy appears, and it's growing by the minute. Goku, Vegeta, and Broly are even beginning to feel a bit drained. They try to power up again, but it doesn't work. Moro begins to chuckle. He opens his jaw wide, and up in the sky, that ball of energy goes right into his mouth. The Goat Man is pretty satisfied. That was a nice snack. And the change right now isn't too apparent, but Moro does look a little bit stronger and younger after consuming this energy. The energy of all of Namek, and then 3 Super Saiyan Blues, that's a good snack for him. Of course it's not near his full power or where he wants to be, but it's a good start. But it's a good thing to tide him over for right now. But this isn't the end. While in base, the three of them attempt to fight Moro, but now they're completely outclassed. He's able to beat them down, and then he performs an explosive attack that sends them flying. In the ruins of this attack, in the crater, he goes up to the three of them, and picks them up, taking all of their energy, or at least what little remains. And this time his transformation isn't so subtle. He looks noticeably younger now. His beard has grown shorter too, and while he looked very frail before, now he has some sort of musculature, almost as if he de-aged himself from taking this energy. The Planet Eater's pretty surprised. Moro then goes off with Cranberry in order to find the rest of the Dragon Balls to make his wish, and luckily for Goku, Vegeta, and Broly, they're found by a couple of Namekians that are still surviving, specifically the Elder Mori, a young one named Eska, and then some others that are surviving. They wake up after losing consciousness and then realize that a couple of days have passed since they faced Moro, and he's already gained a couple of Dragon Balls. Eska did heal the three of them, but they're not at their full power yet, especially since he was spreading it amongst 3 people rather than just 2 like normal. The fused Namekian warrior is sent out to fight Moro, but like usual, it doesn't do anything. Moro is actually way stronger this time at this point, but that's not really going to matter because once he gets back to his full power, that'll be negated anyway since he'll be at a certain level at that point. In the meantime though, he's basically untouchable with the power that he has right now. Sadly, the Namekian savior is killed, as are all the Namekians that were fused into him, lost for good. Moro's rampage doesn't go unnoticed. Across the galaxy, others can feel it. On Earth, Piccolo and Dende can feel it and realize something's going wrong on Namek. Gohan can sense the energy as well, and it's keeping him distracted from his work. Was it really a good choice to stay out of this one? He can't help but feel a little bit guilty. Even Beerus and Whis can sense it, but they decide not to intervene. They feel their students can handle it on their own. Moro continues his rampage, and it can be felt throughout the universe, but this isn't even the beginning. He's already honing in on the last ball that he needs. As a last-ditch effort, the 3 Saiyans head over to Moro. Even though they can't transform, they're gonna try and fight him in base to see if they can at least hold him off for a little while. But suddenly, they meet Miras once again, and he comes onto the planet and shoots down Moro's ship, as well as capturing Moro in some sort of goo. It doesn't hold him for long though. Moro is able to escape and then begins attacking. This is bad, really bad. There's no way for them to actually counter him, and Miras could try to help by using his full power, but then he'd be violating the code that he took as an angel, which obviously no one knows about yet, so he has to remain neutral and not actually try and just defeat Moro himself. He decides the best option now is to retreat. Moro's already slaughtered a bunch of Namekians, and they can at least escape with what little Namekians remain. Plus, even if Moro does get the last ball, he doesn't know the language to actually make a wish. So, they should be fine, right? Miras is able to create a diversion and actually slow down Moro for a bit, in order for everyone to get onto the ship to escape. This includes Eska, Mori, and whatever other Namekians were with Goku, Vegeta, and Broly, as well as those 3 Saiyans. Seemingly, every other Namekian is dead though. They're able to escape, which is the only option right now. Of course, this means Moro does get the last ball, but there's no way they could have prevented this from happening at this point. It's better that they keep everyone alive right now and try to regroup. Little do they know though, there are some other Namekian survivors, and Moro is able to catch one and use him as a translator. Sadly, this means that Moro does get his 3 wishes. Cranberry gets crossed by Moro for trying to take his own wish, meaning Moro not only gets his full power back right now, but he gets one more wish to actually free everyone from the Galactic Patrol prison. This way, he could have a crew and actually travel a galaxy, eating planets and getting more power. Miras and everyone on the Galactic Patrol ship get word of this, and things are beginning to look very bleak. Even on Earth, those who could sense Ki are trying to keep up with the situation, knowing that something bad is going on. With no Grand Supreme Kai to help, they're not sure what to do. This is where we'll leave off for right now. So what did you guys think about this part, and what do you think will happen next time? Leave your thoughts and suggestions in the comments below, and I'll be sure to check them out. And as always, if you liked the video, be sure to drop a like. And if you haven't already, why not subscribe, as well as hitting the bell icon for notifications about future parts of this What If, or any other videos I upload to the channel. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you on my next video.